Hello, everybody. Welcome to my weekly Meltdowns coverage of Big Brother 26. Here we are, week 3, talking about the live feed updates heading into Thursday's eviction show, but we have so damn much to cover. It's been crazy. Allison's going to be joining us in just a little bit. She's dropping off Archie to her son, so she should be joining us in just a few minutes. But Aaron, how the heck are you doing?
I'm doing good. It's so weird because it's sort of like I think this is the most like objective I think I've ever felt about a season.
Okay.
And I think probably a big cause of that is that there's not really like an actual established majority. There's kind of like ideas of groups, but nothing's actually really solid. And as we've seen, things are continuing to change and shift over time. And so I'm kind of just objectively looking at the game and being like, this is a cool cast. I'm excited to see what they continue to bring in these next few weeks. But wow, were they busy?
Yeah, I just when like I feel like last week, like at the end of last week, we were like, is this pre-jury just gonna be like the Angela show? Like, this is gonna be like a layup week, right? Very quickly that changed into like, holy shit, like everybody's like imploding their own games, like everybody's just like being like a hot damn mess. And I just have to say, we do not need Angela gone to have the mess and have good TV. Like, for anybody that's saying like the season's gonna start once Angela's gone, like Angela's like sucking up all the attention, like I disagree with that. And I feel like this like lead up of events, which did not include Angela at all, are proving that like it's just not true. Like, we like the cast is like still delivering, like even outside of like the Angela of it all these first few weeks. And I can't wait to like talk about all of it, because it's just like a sequence of like crazy that has led us up to this point. So I listened to a very lengthy live feed update this morning from RHAP just to like really catch myself up, because truthfully I have not been watching the feeds like 24/7. I just have like way too much like work to do that. So like hoping you can like fill in the gaps for me a little bit. But God, where do we even start with all this?
Okay. I was trying to figure out, because I know Allison would love to be like, caught up in everything. So I'm trying to figure out like who are the easiest people to talk about to bide time over.
We can talk about Kenny.
Yeah. Thank you, Joseph, for highlighting this. I am so happy that production is taking the steps to do that. I actually do wish, RIP BB Canada, but especially in those early seasons, especially for like rule breaking or even things associated with powers, there was like, hey, if you do this, like, you will be evicted, or like, we are going to take action. And
even if like the house was too messy, they would like put them all in slop or like cold water for like a few days.
Yeah. And I think especially too, it's just like, because I'm sure they had a certain vision for what Kenny was going to be when they cast him. I mean, it was very clear, like, hey, is it possible? Yes. Is it possible for yet another, unsuspecting dad cop, which we loved that role this year in reality TV. It's back with vengeance. Could they do it again? Could that type really do it, especially in the aftermath of a post Derek world?
Yeah.
But then what they actually got is a guy who just, I guess, wants to I didn't even know how to describe it. It's like he just wants like the easiest Big Brother experience ever. And if anything is slightly off, like, oh, you came in second, you didn't win this one competition. Oh, you're on the block. Oh no, I'm not HOH. All right, I'm out. Like what? Oh, thank goodness. Okay, I'm so happy to have Allison here.
I'm sorry.
Oh, you're good.
I didn't want to interrupt. I was waiting. Like my little grandson just got picked up, and I'm like, okay. Yes,
you're good. You're good.
You're
we're waiting for you to get here to like really dig into it. So we were just talking about how production told Kenny he needs to stop saying that he wants to leave, or they're gonna boot him with no stipend. And I love that.
Did I send y'all that clip too?
Yeah,
on my,
yeah.
My clip sending tour this morning.
Okay. It was great. I was like, yes, Big Brother, do something.
Yeah.
Have they ever done that before? I'm sorry.
Not that we know of. Aaron was just talking about how like in early seasons of BB Can, like they would like really Big Brother would like punish the house guests by like putting them all on slop for like a few days, even if like the house like wasn't clean enough. So like we're happy to see like Big Brother intervening and like punishing these house guests for bad behavior because we don't want to see it. It's not good TV.
So is he really doing it this much?
Yes.
Yes. Every week. He wants to leave, but then doesn't want to leave.
And then he wants the effing veto.
Yeah.
Stop bitching.
It's like,
hey, don't win the veto if you want to
AI
leave.
arena. Yeah, for real, for real.
Cut to him winning this AI arena this week and being like, oh, now I want to be. It's crazy. But to answer your question, Allison, I don't think there's really been a guest like Kenny that's like actively tried to quit for so long.
Yeah.
Basically. I mean, maybe the closest I could think of is Carol from BB Can 8, but you know, nature decided to end that.
Hey, Dr. Will said in All Stars, vote me out right now.
But that was strategy.
That was strategy. Yeah.
He still didn't get voted out.
Yeah.
But yeah, I get what you're saying.
First and hopefully last time that Kenny is compared to Dr. Will.
Not comparing him by any means to Dr. Will. I'm just saying
I
didn't realize it was that bad. Like
it is that bad.
I do have the live feeds on. I had them on Saturday afternoon while I was working around the house and some other things. And you know, I do have it on, but I really get my fix from Twitterix is what I call Twitter with the X. Twitterix is what Allison calls it, Twitterix. And so when I'm on the Twitterix, I see all the clips at once and I'm just like, oh, this is better than any episode, anything I've ever seen. Like, I'm just like, wow, share. And I know Tyler's laying next to his phone like, damn it, Allison's up.
At least it's a Big Brother drama.
Yes, about that time. It's about that time. Did y'all see my little Big Brother recap with my little grandson?
Yes, it was so cute. I loved it. It was awesome.
He's just like, and then we'll get back to this kid. We made some videos today. He loves to hear me talk. He looks at me with bewilderment, and I don't know if it's the look of, oh my God, everything you're saying is amazing, or oh my God, it won't stop, or oh my God, who is this person? Oh my God. You know, he just listens to, like, he's the only person that listens to me.
Hey,
I got emotional about it. I was like, you're making eye contact with me. I'm saying something and you're back, and I'm just like, we get each other.
I love that.
Okay.
That's great.
Oh, yeah. All right. So let's get into it proper. Well, first, like, I want to say hi to the people in the chat. So hi, Kylan. Hi, Heather. Hi, Joseph. Hi, Eddie. Hi, B-Bean. Hi, Miri. And hi, Mary Duda 444. I just want to like sing that name, like Mary Duda 444.
I think I was singing that on the show the other day. Yeah.
But oh boy. All right. So, Aaron, please feel free to like interrupt me, like cut me off, like please, if I'm like not getting the. I haven't written
Allison
like as chronologically as possible.
let me lay out the scope for you, Allison. Basically, the theme this week is, people have goals and then do everything they can to sabotage those goals. For example,
it sounds like my life.
Cedric, he just wants a really easy HOH, doesn't want to get blood on his hands. Okay. Tucker just wants to see big moves happen, just shake it up,
Yeah.
Kenny wants to go home.
No shit. But keeps
but
winning
also
comps.
doesn't want to go home. Yeah.
Quinn wants to 3D chess this whole thing.
Quinn wants to 3D chess. Let me escape with this power. Nobody has to hear about it. And also, something I've always noted that I really rarely hear people talk about when it comes to Big Brother is that I think the biggest kryptonite for everybody in the house is if you have a BB crush. Because the second you have a BB crush, you're just going to do stupid stuff.
Yeah.
And pretty much a lot of like big or like weird moves that people make could be tied back to, oh, well, they had a crush on this person, or there's this person that they used to like that they don't anymore because, they moved on to something. It's big themes this season. So I guess Chemo is, feeling Tucker a little bit, which I don't.
How can you not?
Apparently, many people in this
and then he
house
opens
are
his
feeling
mouth.
Tucker for whatever reason.
Bro.
Leah, Rabina, Chemo.
Mhm.
Which the ironic part would be is that Tucker would be all over T-Core if T-Core was not was single.
Mm-hmm.
I fully believe that that's where Tucker would have gone.
I feel like whenever we talk about Tucker, every third word should be bro.
Bro.
I almost counted how many. It was the equivalent of how many times Joe Pesci says "fuck" in Goodfellas.
Yeah. So, Quinn obviously had been spilling, his about his power. He told Angela, then instantly regretted that.
Of course.
But then decided to tell Chemo, kind of building a relationship there. Manifest the truth, bro. I'm so excited for that.
I'm gonna give my dog a new bully stick, so I'll be right back. But I'm still hearing you, Aaron.
Yeah. So Chemo, feeling Tucker a little bit, went into spills to Tucker that, or actually confirms for Tucker that Quinn has the power, because Angela, who thought she was going home last week, was like, let me sink Quinn, and is trying to hint to Tucker that hey, I know that you know where the power is. Obviously, we all know that Quinn has it, and Tucker, who still thought Leah had it, still believed Leah had it until he talked to Chemo, and Chemo was like, yeah, no, Quinn has the power, he told me. And so Tucker's like, oh, interesting. Now, Chemo thought something was going to build with Tucker. He was like, hey, we can use Quinn to our advantage now. But Chemo kind of regrets this because Tucker doesn't really interact with Chemo in the same way.
Yeah.
So Tucker goes to Cam and says, hey, I heard that Quinn has the power. And he's been lying and not really talking to us about it. What's up with that? Cam goes to Cedric. Tell Cedric, hey, I heard that Quinn has the power. And Cedric, who at this point had formed a final two with Quinn, is like, wait, so not only do you have a power, but you told Chemo, who's supposedly, on the periphery of our alliance, you told other people before you told me, and I'm supposed to be your final two? What? And then you're continuing to lie about not having, why wouldn't you tell us before you told the likes of Chemo and Angela and all those people?
Yeah.
So once Tucker wins the veto, Tucker's like, okay, Cam, Cedric, Kenny, what if we went after Quinn? Obviously, Quinn is doing a lot of stuff in this house.
A lot.
What if we, and I know Tucker had also previously had the idea of trying to get rid of Mackenzie's power. So I know that was a plan that Tucker was trying to do as well. But Tucker's like, but what if we backdoor Quinn and get rid of Quinn's power? That would be big moves.
That is actually a bigger power to get rid of.
It is.
Yes.
It is. And it seemed like, they didn't actually lock down the agreement, but Cedric really entertained this idea. And but Cedric's thinking about it, and in talking to Brooklyn and Chelsie and other people, he doesn't directly talk about Quinn's power, but just from their conversations, they're like, well, the Pentagon's going to be in control because the collective's going to have the majority. So we don't have to do anything this week.
I thought you were talking about the actual Pentagon.
Yeah.
Like what? Oh yeah, the Pentagon.
Yeah, I'm not crazy about the alliance name.
Yeah, it's a very interesting one. Yeah, crazy. But yeah, nobody really wants Cedric to rock the boat because they're like, hey, like we're gonna have, you know, majority in a couple weeks and have really big, like this is really good for us. Don't do anything. And Cedric's like, oh yeah, maybe I shouldn't. Meanwhile, and we'll get to Leah and Cam more specifically at a later point, but basically Leah and Cam had been arguing, and it comes out that Leah reveals to Cam that the whole reason that Leah was wary of Cedric was a comment that Quinn said to Leah about Cedric, because at that point Quinn didn't really like Cedric and didn't trust Cedric, and so said something to Leah in confidence, and that kind of split Leah and Cedric. And so Cam's like, oh, so Quinn's also been doing all that. Like, no wonder, like, I've been trying to get Leah in, you know, no one. And so he brings that back to Cedric. And Cedric's like, okay. Good to know. We don't trust Quinn anymore. But also, I don't think it's good for me if we put Quinn directly up. So what the better thing for us to do, let's just placate Quinn. Let's just do what Quinn wants and keep this information in our back pocket to sabotage Quinn later.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So next morning he goes over to Tucker, Cedric does, and it's like, hey, Tucker, actually, because Tucker wanted to use the veto on Angela, you know, and put up Quinn, which that's a whole thing in itself. That was the plan.
That was the plan.
And Cedric's like, hey, I don't think we should do that. We don't have the votes. Use the veto on yourself, which obviously Tucker had selective hearing and only heard we don't have the votes, because he then said, fuck the votes. I'm going to do it anyway. I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
Proceeds.
Aaron, you're not like paraphrasing either. Like Tucker
I'm not.
Literally is like, no, bro, fuck the votes. I'm going to do it anyway.
Yeah, he even quoted himself when he was talking to Cedric. I said, fuck it, bro. Like, good.
Sorry.
So then, and I don't
like direct
miscommunication. Like they're not picking up on what each other is doing, and so we get to the veto ceremony, and Tucker still thinks that, like, well, even if we don't have the votes, he's still going to put up Quinn because that's the only thing we've talked about. So he takes off Angela. And Cedric puts up Mackenzie.
Why not Kenny?
Kenny's already up.
Yeah, but why didn't we take
taking
off
Kenny off the block? Yeah, that's true.
Just for fun.
I think it's because maybe he thought Angela would still go over other people on the block. It'd be harder to get Quinn. Yeah. Puts up Mackenzie, and Mackenzie, of course, uses her power. And I guess in that meeting, he reveals everything. Tucker says, hey, Quinn has the power. That's the whole reason. Like, I feel blindsided, bro. Like, this was supposed to be like, what the heck, Cedric? Why didn't you do what we talked about? We have this whole alliance, me, you, Kenny, Cam.
Do you know what do you want to know something? My son has never called me bruh or bro. He has gone to do it, and I've made eye contact with him before he got it out of his mouth, and he said, oh, Mom, just saying.
Yeah.
I had my notes, drinking game. How many times did Tucker and Cedric call each other bro in a condescending way in this argument?
Oh my God. So many.
Okay, Aaron, let me recap what you just recapped so I make sure I know what's going on.
Yeah.
Okay, this is Allison's recap of Aaron's recap. Mm-hmm. Okay, Cedric wins HOH.
Yes.
He nominates Angela, Kenny, and Tucker, who volunteered, with the understanding that the veto, if won, would be used, and no, don't say it. Don't say his name. you know what I'm talking about, Quinn goes up. But this was kind of a side chat, not confirmed, kind of conversation between Cedric and Tucker. But men like Tucker are fully committed. Like they're in a committed relationship with you, even though you don't know it yet. That's the kind of vibe I'm getting. And so, you know, you're already engaged, about to go down the aisle, and you didn't even get a promise ring yet. So he's got that in his mind. This is what's going to happen. Well, Tucker ends up winning the veto and uses it on Angela. And during the veto ceremony, Cedric, who has forewarned Tucker, hey, man, I know we said, you know, put up Quinn and flesh out that power. I just really don't think that's a good idea. And as where Tucker's like, fuck you, bro, and fucks. I'm going to fucking bro what I want to bro do, fuck. And so he said he takes off Angela. And Angela is replaced with Mackenzie, and Mackenzie uses America's. And now it's up to the United States of America to vote for wow, why's that fun? That just made me laugh. Okay. Now the United States of America is in charge of voting for who's going up as the third person to go on the block. And I've seen hashtag Quinn. That's what I've seen. But in the meantime, Tucker has blown up at Cedric about it. And he said he has the votes to say, not something you want to announce, BTW. And he has had a House meeting.
Mm-hmm.
And where he also has said, I have the votes, not smart, BTW. So could we be living in a world where Tucker gets evicted? And who the hell is America voting for? I haven't even voted.
Yeah, it's very possible. Yeah. So like, let's rewind to Thursday when I was giving Tucker all of this credit on the show, being like, he played a really great week. Like, I think he's very intuitive. Like, if he knows when to cool it. And unfortunately, after he won that AI Arena comp, like, he turned into like Crazy Pants McGee. Like he after all of this, he went around to every house guest being like, bro, I just turned the game on, man. Like, nobody's been playing this fucking game, and like, if that's the enemy, so fucking be it. But like, I'm gonna fucking make sure we're fucking playing this game, bro. That's what it is.
Is it the Lisa braids, bro? Was that what started your fire, bro?
I just like, I'm like, Tucker, just stop. Like, all you needed to do was like fade back into the background. I think like he just considers himself like the man now that he like won this comp. And now that he won this extra veto too, I feel like the more comps he's winning, like the more inflated that ego is getting. And I can't help but think like it's gonna pop, and like how embarrassing for him if he is the second or third person evicted on a week where he won veto and use it on Angela of all people.
I am so excited for Thursday night show. I want to have a party, but I don't have anyone to invite. But I'm going to have an Allison party. I don't know, pop some popcorn, have some DP on the rocks. That's Dr. Pepper, because I'm sober. But, you know, I think it's going to be fun. I think it's going to be great. I think if Tucker could still win the AI round, I'm just saying, what if he doesn't and he ends going? He's going to flip this house on its ass on the way out the door. Julie Chen's got to come in the house and yank him out. That's it. Because she's this close to snapping this year on these people. Not leaving.
Yeah, for sure.
You know?
Yeah. Oh yeah. You know what? This could be the week we actually get people talking on Thursday. But I think the biggest question as to who's evicted is depending on how people feel about Kenny. Because, well, A, Kenny does want to leave. But B, the biggest thing going around about Kenny right now is that he keeps blabbing on about how there's this girls' alliance that's apparently running the house, and that Brooklyn's in charge of it. And obviously, Brooklyn being a part of the Pentagon, it's like, no, I don't like that. And so Brooklyn and Chelsie and you know, kind of Rabina would want to get rid of Kenny, especially over Tucker.
Yeah.
Just so that their names are not being floated out there and that they're not being attached as part of some sort of girls alliance that like kind of but doesn't really exist, so that they can continue to, you know, play the middle and do all that stuff. So I think it would be close between Kenny and Tucker.
The thing is, though, like, Kenny
yeah.
has like close to zero influence. So like,
Yeah.
I don't even think this whole like girls alliance like rumor is really catching fire for like any of the guys in the house. Truly, like so. But with that being said, like it would be best case scenario if Kenny were to leave this week for everybody. So if they want to like beef up like the rhetoric of like, oh, he's like trying to call out like a girls alliance, like. Yes, Brooklyn. Like, yeah, he's for sure doing that. Like, let's keep it going here. Like, I want Kenny gone this week. I like, as bad as Tucker's playing, like, I want to reward the messy entertainment with like a few more weeks of him being on my TV screen. Like, just get this like loser quitter out of here so we can have people that are playing messy but like playing.
I agree. Yeah.
Every time I see Kenny, I think of Kenny G, the saxophonist. You know who I'm talking about?
Yes, I love
And
Kenny
I
G.
just hear Songbird or whatever that Kenny G did back in the 80s. And because that's the last grown-ass man I can remember that went by Kenny. That's just a random thought.
So Quinn's like really scrambling now, looking for somebody that he can like fully trust, and I feel
he
like
can't use his power now. Like it's too late to activate his power.
Right. Yeah, I think he has to use it at the like before the initial.
It's before
nomination.
noms. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know. Okay.
Yeah.
So basically Quinn is in a position of like, hey, if you save me, I'm HOH next week, basically.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to put any of y'all up. And it is
very
guarantee.
enticing. Yeah.
It is enticing. And I feel like a lot of people don't really, especially in the collective and stuff, don't really care that Quinn held the fact that he had the power, because he's like, well, he's in our alliance, so he's not going to put us up, and it's good for us. But like, we're all safe for another week.
Yeah.
I'll take that. That's fine.
Yeah.
I would have a house meeting just to go, okay, everyone who knows about Quinn's power, raise your hand.
That's
Quinn,
really everybody.
Bro, it ain't a secret, bro, except Akima or whoever. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what that house meeting was basically for.
Yeah.
It was like, hey, let's just explain everything and why whatever happened, so that, you know, Cedric tried to be like, hey, get your story out. Tucker, so that everybody understands where you're coming from, where I'm coming from. I actually thought Cedric handled himself very well in terms of the argument.
Oh, yeah.
For sure.
My respect, yes, Aaron, my respect level for Cedric has gone above and beyond. That young man, 23 years old.
There's the Marine training. That's where yeah.
I am telling you right now, I am 40. I don't, you know how I'm 47. I'm more than twice that boy's age. That young man, I would have lost it. I wouldn't have, I just would have, Tucker and I would have gone toe to toe. Okay. We would have gone toe to toe. I'm not playing. You don't talk to me like that. If you've got something to say and you want to do what you've got to do. But I am too old and you have not been on this earth long enough to tell me shit. Bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was an amazing, just respectful way to handle that. And you don't see that every day. You really don't see younger people really kind of keep their cool like that. So that was a good example.
Him and Chelsie, like they've done really good with like a lot, like they've been really good in power with a lot of like external craziness from the house guests around them.
I mean, we got freaking Angela running around screaming, calling names. We got Tucker running around, just being nuts. And Kenny crying because he wants to go home. What the hell is happening right now? Did I mention that I have been auditioning for this show for 24 years, and you will never see me begging to go home. I don't care who's died in Memphis.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Like, there are so many people like the three of us that would like kill to be on that show. So like I don't even care that it's like not beneficial to people's games to take out Kenny, who's just like a layup. Like it's just like what the viewers and like the season deserves. Like just get these people out.
He's 21.
Yeah.
That is insane.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
That's what I'm
All
saying.
right.
Like Cedric and
Yeah.
Chelsie, like two of like the youngest people like in the house, are handling things with such like maturity and grace and wisdom that I feel like a lot of the other house guests like do not have. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm happy to report that I was very wrong
Well,
about my first impression of
I'm going to
Cedric.
go on the record and say because they were raised by women in my age range. And we are a perfect example on what not to do when angry. And they do the opposite. Like,
I plead the fifth once again.
Yeah. My team has really, I mean, I'm impressed with Chelsie. I'm very happy with what Chelsie, but Tucker and Leah, I'm just
Leah's got to pick it up a little bit. Like Leah and Mackenzie,
I need.
They should be picking up Quinn here. Like that's what they should be doing.
Here's the part where I'm conflicted because I love having Tucker in the house for everything that Tucker is doing, but also I don't know. Again, BB crushes really messes with people's gameplay. I feel like as long as Tucker is in that house, Chemo, Leah, probably even Rabina, all their games are going to suffer as long as, well, maybe not Rabina, as long as Tucker is in the house, because it's like their heads are not, they're not making wise game decisions for themselves. I feel like if Tucker was gone, I feel like Leah actually would do better, because I feel like that's the part where I'm frustrated with Leah, because I know Leah has so much potential, but it's like she's putting all.
I agree with that.
Too much time in Leah, and the whole oh goodness, the whole back and forth with Cam and Leah this week has been, because they're not even a couple, right? But Cam does not know how to operate with Leah outside of a situationship context and like treat her like another person, like a fellow, it's just it's. And so, I mean, I do understand where Leah's coming from, because before everything blew up yesterday, the previous night, Cam and Leah had really bonded reconnected over the fact that, like Quinn was a source of a lot of discord between Leah and Cedric, and kind of reinvigorated their relationship to each other as a result. And Cam was like, oh yeah, those kind of not bad mouthing, but like it just felt hypocritical. Leah felt what Cam was like, dogging on, and because the next day when everything comes out about the alliances that he was in with the guys, Leah's like, you just were preaching to me about not doing that. Come to find out that you were also lying to me in that moment, and still I hope that Leah just stands up.
I know I agree. Like, especially like with her being a VIP cocktail waitress, like she could have been like the next like Janelle, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like that's what we want out of her. And I feel like she just doesn't have. I feel like she's doing good, like making personal connections with people, but I feel like she's playing the game too passively. Like I feel like she is not getting pieces together that would like coalesce around her. Like if she ended up on the block, I really struggle to think of like who would really go to bat for her, except for Mackenzie, to save her. You know what I mean? Like I could see everybody just like being like, Leah's not important enough to my game and my position to fight for. And I just want Leah to like just fight a little harder, like be a little like throw your hat in the ring a little more strategically. Pick up Quinn right now. Like, she has like a good relationship with Quinn. Like, her and Mackenzie need to bring Quinn in while Quinn is like scared and vulnerable.
What are they bringing him into? The two of them?
Well, and that's the problem too, is they're so
Not
gung-ho on getting
literally,
rid of him
but
that I don't think they see the potential of like reconnecting with Quinn instead of being like antagonistic towards Quinn.
Yeah. Quinn is like a very connected house guest right now. Like, he has like a lot of different like little alliances that he's working with. But like, if they were to bring in Quinn in this like very like vulnerable moment where he's like being a little messy, like spilling information to try and like be in good favors with people again after like the whole like house meeting, power being exposed thing. I feel like Quinn would remember that like once his positioning is better and he has to decide like, you know, who are the people I should go with like moving forward. Like, you know, maybe Leah and Mackenzie, like they extended that olive branch to me. And they're just like not doing it. Like I just feel like they're playing so passively. Same for Mackenzie too. Like, of course she used the power this week, but like she did that out of reaction of like, I don't know what the fuck is going on. I'm just gonna save myself with this.
Oh, I just remembered. Actually, I don't know actually if Quinn repaid the favor, because Quinn, again, I don't know why he likes telling information to the wrong people. I feel like Quinn's decisions of what information to share when is just so the choices. Choices. Because after he's basically protected by the Pentagon through the efforts of Cedric and Chelsie and Brooklyn and Cam today, do you know what he does? He goes to Joseph and says, "Hey, Joseph, you know, you've done so much for me, apparently. Yeah, there's this alliance that I was in with Cam, Chelsie, Brooklyn, and Cedric, which like what? Why?
I'm Joseph.
Especially when you're in a vulnerable position, it's like, I mean, I know you just recently connected with Joseph over being super fans and stuff, which Joseph, thank God you finally revealed that. But like, you've just gotten hot water for sharing secrets to the wrong people.
Yeah.
And you could be in a position to now where if Joseph wants to, he could be like, "Hey, so Quinn told me about this alliance. Is that true?" And then blow up the Pentagon. And then now they're all like really mad at, like, after they just try to protect him.
Yeah.
Playing with fire. I don't know what Quinn's doing.
I totally agree.
Yeah. I did like when Cedric brought up to Joseph, I did see this being a pawn. And I think Joseph took his sunglasses off and went, you know, the pawn goes, I really don't want to do that. You know, the pawn goes home, blah, 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 blah. That's the wrong answer. Even if you're, in my opinion, even if you're not going to be the pawn, be a team player. Be a team player. Check the temp of the water. Read the room without your sunglasses on. Baby, stop sitting at the kitchen table, that big ass table alone like that. Every time I turn on the feeds, this is what I see. This is what I see. This is what I see of Joseph.
In the backyard.
Everywhere. I'm like, what are you doing, creeper? Stop it. You're on my team. You're gonna get freaking evicted. Stop. What is the deal?
Maybe he knows that what if Julie Chen, like, you know how she like reveals like tidbits of the outside world? Like, she'll like reveal that like Trump had like an assassination attempt, like Biden stepped down, and then he's like, and you'll never believe Allison picked Joseph for her draft team. And then everybody's like, no, Joseph.
No, just pull up my entire draft team.
Oh.
Are you kidding me? Look at this shit. Seriously, what the hell has Angela been up to this week? I haven't heard a peep, a mouse fart, nothing out of her.
I will say, like, to answer that question, Allison, like, I have seen some chatter from like Cam and Cedric and Joseph and Tucker being like, man, like, maybe Angela like wasn't crazy all along. Like maybe she's like actually not that bad. Like since she's like laying low and staying under the radar, I feel like Angela is on like I don't know, like a new Reputation era tour or something like that. I feel like she's on the up. What do you think, Aaron?
She kind of did a decent job of pivoting, because I know initially when everything came out, she was on Tucker's side, and she's like, Cedric, you had this golden opportunity to take out Quinn and you didn't do that.
She was right.
Tisk. But then after, seeing all the arguments and more context, she's like, you know what, Cedric, I'm so sorry that you've been going through this. Like,
I'll be right back, y'all. Give me one
second. I'm so sorry, Cedric, that you've been going through this. It's okay. You did a stand-up job doing that. Like, I commend you and all that stuff. So I think as long as Angela is able to keep good connections, I think she can stick around. But I think the second she gets power back, if she wins HOH, I
say it.
I don't know what we're gonna get.
Yeah,
and honestly, I really hope that we are. I would love to live in a world where it is possible for Angela to win multiple HOHs, because then that means the competitions are actually set up well.
I think I saw a stat on Twitter that was like over half of the house guests have won a competition now, which is like crazy. Like we're only in like week 3 and that happens. Like, so it is totally possible for Angela to like go on a comp run. We'll see. All right. So who do we think America is gonna pick for this America's Veto?
See, this is the problem that I have, because it's sort of like, okay,
I'm bringing up the draft just so we can visualize everybody.
If it was open to everybody right now, hands down, Angela's on that block.
Angela, for sure. Yeah.
But Angela was just saved with the veto. So we can't vote for Angela. So the people that would vote for Angela, I feel like they're not going to vote for Mackenzie or Leah.
Mackenzie can't be voted for.
Right. Well, I'm saying, I don't think they would have done that anyway. But Mackenzie.
Gotcha. Yeah. You're right.
Look, I'm on my
obviously Cedric is HOH. Now Cedric did put up Mackenzie, but you can't vote for Cedric. It would have to be somebody that's visible. So I don't think Brooklyn or Cam are going to be at either. Kenny's on the block. Rabina has really fun diary rooms. And I think she's like, and same with T-Core. I don't think they would put up a Rabina or a T-Core.
I did not think you were about to say diary.
Oh. So I'm kind of, and obviously Tucker is still on the block. So I'm kind of looking at Joseph Quinn, because I don't think Kima would be put up either. And I feel like a lot of the people that they would put up are either safe or already on the block anyway.
Some people are saying it's gonna be.
I think it's gonna be Joseph, because I think what happens on Wednesday, depending on how they edit it, it's gonna make Quinn look like an underdog. And remember, when we had Canada's vote, now I know America might vote differently, but Canada's vote, Ryan was definitely not the fan favorite, but they were able to get Ryan taken off.
It's a lot of this is gonna come down to like how
they were able to make Ryan look so good with that. So anything's possible.
You're right.
So
you're right.
It just depends on what they want to do. What
about Cam?
Joseph.
I see a lot of chatter online.
Maybe if the more Cam, like if the Cam Leah like back and forth stuff comes out tomorrow, maybe they might vote for Cam. I could see it. I think Joseph and Quinn are neck and neck, and Cam's like behind them in a distant third.
Yeah,
I think it's gonna be one of those three.
Yeah. What do you think, Allison?
Well, for obvious reasons, I don't want it to be Joseph with this creepy butt, but I really, I saw a clip of Joseph talking about who America would vote for, and he said Leah because she probably hasn't had a lot of screen time. And I was like, what?
That's
What do
the
you?
opposite. That
Yeah, it's
I
like,
mean,
she's
yeah.
had more screen time than you, honey.
True.
Who is going to do a majority of the voting now? When I say back, I'm talking 8-7 years ago. It seemed like more casuals
Mhm.
voted, and now it seems like more feeders are voting and getting other people to vote. Like, because I think social media has really turned into a dumpster fire in the last 6 years when
Yeah.
it comes to Big Brother. So, do we think if the edit goes the way Big Brother wants it to go, they have complete control over whether it's Joseph, Tyler? Hell, if they wanted to edit it, they could make it look like Jakor needs to go.
Yeah.
Mhm.
They can do whatever they want.
Yeah.
So, if I were Mackenzie, I wouldn't have used my damn power. I would have been that bitch. I would have been stupid, yeah. But it's like, I've got a good shot here. I'm Kenny and freaking, Tucker. I have a good chance here. I'm athletic. I'm
True.
tall. I got this. That would have been that would have been epic, Tucker, if she didn't use her power and then
Then she
won
whooped
the
his
AI
ass.
arena, whooped his ass. Or she didn't use it and stayed on the box. Fucking Kenny wins AI arena, and Tucker still goes home.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like Kenny winning the AI arena is a very real possibility here. So there is still like so much uncertainty going into the live eviction on Thursday. Like it could be Kenny and Tucker on the block if like the America's Veto person like wins the AI arena. It could be Quinn and Kenny. It could be Joseph and Tucker. Like there is just so much, like so many possibilities, and I absolutely love the uncertainty heading into this eviction.
And you have to remember too that unlike the previous it's America's vote, where like we're voting for have not foods on Thursday, going
This
into
is
the
a
Sunday
real
episode.
impact on the game.
It's Wednesday going into the next night. So it's a very quick turnaround for this vote too, which I do think leans it more in favor of the people who are chronically online.
True.
And it also depends on how they make us vote too.
Yeah.
Because
I think
if
it'll
it's
just be
that
on, like,
stupid, now granted, people don't have the same name this season, thank goodness. But if it's that stupid texting thing or we text the name, I don't know. It just depends on how we have to vote this time.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I want you guys to vote like you're going to the polls.
Oh, do it. I want to see it.
November.
Pokemon go to the polls.
Practice voting and just vote.
Mm-hmm.
It's not hard to do.
I don't know who I'm going to vote for, actually.
Yeah, that was my next question. Like, who are you guys voting for in this election?
You guys don't know how easy you have it. Back in the day, back in my day, in my day in 2000, I had to call to vote.
Oh, I did too. I was an American Idol junkie. I remember.
I was going to say that's very American Idol.
Vote online.
Yeah.
Because the servers couldn't handle it back then.
They couldn't do it.
They couldn't do it. So we had to call and push a number.
Yep.
Call 1-800 blah blah blah. Number 1 for Jakor. Number 2 for Chelsie. Now you're online doing it. Click, click, click. Y'all got it so easy.
Hey,
Who am I voting for? Jackie. Hold on, I gotta do my opera. Jackie.
I also have to think about the fact that like, even though they really should not be reading into this because it's never going to be a crystal clear picture of what America actually thinks, especially with like a third of the house being safe. I do want to think about the impact of who the person being is going to be like. Well, obviously America hates this person for whatever reason.
For sure. Absolutely. Like if it's Cam, like I feel like that's going to turn Leah off from like, jacking up with him,
Yeah. Yep.
If if America voted for me, my diary sessions would be just a
I would
bleep
love that.
fest.
I would vote
It
for
would
you
be
just to see
America
that
would
happen.
hate me, and I would listen. The hatred's mutual. It's mutual. Baby.
You'd be
I
like
think-
April from
yeah.
Big Brother 6, like
Oh,
when she
I don't
says,
care. Yeah.
America's. If they voted for her, like America's a real piece of shit or something like that.
Y'all some pieces of shit. You voted for the wrong person.
No, I think she said the fans of the show are pieces
No, that's
of
what
shit.
I would say. Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, true.
Yeah, there are some.
But
I don't know.
yeah, so I would vote for. Okay, so I'm not voting for anybody on my team for selfish reasons.
Yeah,
I'm not voting for Chelsie. I would consider voting for Leah, even though like I want her to be something in this game. Joseph, I don't want to vote for. I still have faith in him as a player. I want to see him go a little further. T-Core, same story. Rubina. I would probably go Rubina.
Oh,
I think that's who I would vote for. I just think like
you're going to throw your vote away.
Probably, yeah. I just
As
like
TJ Lavin would
she's
say.
not doing
I feel
anything
like
for me in the game, you know.
I'd vote for Cam at this point. I just think, in terms of like,
if Cam wasn't on my team, I'd absolutely vote for him.
I just think, I think it would be very interesting if somebody like Cam ended up there, because people would be like, "Oh, why is Cam?" Or it could really like break up the whole Cam and Leah, and that could really reset both their games
For sure.
Really. Because I feel like if Quinn or Joseph ended up there, I feel like it'd be sending the message that like, being messy is wrong.
Yeah. And we don't want to set that precedent.
And I feel like we would want them to continue to be met. You know, if we're team fun feeds, I just feel like obviously Quinn would be really dramatic, but I also feel like it'd be like, okay, well, I don't want to be Quinn, so I'm not going to do that.
Yeah.
But I do think Cam. I do think I would vote for Cam.
Okay, JoJo just told me who he wants to vote for, and it's going to be messy. You can't do that. He wants to vote for Kenny.
Oh, I forgot about Cam having poor hygiene. I forgot about that.
I said, JoJo, you
Chelsea.
can't vote for Kenny. He's already on the block. And JoJo said, well, he wants to leave anyway. So why don't we just put him on the block twice?
Honestly, I did think about the possibility of like, oh, what if they opened it up to everybody?
Yeah, what if it's everyone?
And they still voted for Angela.
Can Angela go back up there?
No, because you guys say it was a veto. But like, I just feel like it'd be no, because I think she used the veto on her.
She used the veto on her.
Yeah,
you can't just use it on Kenny twice. No, twice. No.
I don't know. So we'll see. We'll see.
But also, like, especially because, like, if it was not the third week, like, if this was the first or second week, I could see a world where Quinn is gotten rid of here. But especially if, like, you're somebody that votes to keep Quinn, he's HOH. Mm-hmm. Like, there's no doubt. Like, does not matter who wins. You're just competing for immunity. He's HOH, and you just saved him, and he has plenty of people that he's actively going to go after before you. I feel like it'd be really hard for people to turn around and vote him out. It'd be a close vote, but I feel like the benefits of keeping Quinn far outweigh getting rid of him, especially like getting rid of a power that helps you and gives you a week of safety, basically. I obviously if I'm somebody that Quinn would be going after, yeah, of course, vote Quinn out. But like, if I'm anybody else, I don't care. Keep Quinn. He's going to be here another week. He'll be HOH, making all the nominations anyway. So, and it's the last week it could have been used anyway. It's not going to
it's the last week.
Then I can play for HOH the following week and not have to worry about playing for HOH this week. That's a win-win for me. I'm fine with that. Yeah.
So they can't use it next week. I'm sorry. I'm trying to do a show.
Quinn,
my mouth.
Next week is the last week Quinn can use it. Yeah.
I'm just not gonna. JoJo, okay.
All right. Anything else before we hop off of here?
I don't really have anything else to say because I can't say anything.
I just want to reiterate one more time that like I'm really loving the AI arena twist. Like I'm loving the uncertainty with like this like America's Veto thing. Like we have no idea who the hell is going to be evicted on Thursday.
I love it. It's fun. It's old
I
school.
love it. It is, and it's fun to see like the House gets like really scattering, like trying to organize, but like they can't like figure out like who's gonna go home. So like it's a lot of wait and see. That's resulting in a lot of like messy gameplay, and I love it.
The only person that's really committed is Tucker, and even if it's out of anyone's control, he's still gonna be pissed at you.
Yeah.
You'd have had no choice. America voted. I don't give a fuck, bro.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll see. But thank you guys for tuning in. We'll be back on Thursday after the live eviction. So we'll see how it goes. But
yeah,
I don't know. We'll see. All right, everybody.
Become a patron.
Oh yeah, become a patron at patreon.com. Sorry, I'm speaking for you since you're being like strangled by JoJo right now. Check out patreon.com/myweeklymeltdown. We do like live watch parties for the evictions and stuff, and you can be a guest on our show too. So yeah. So and also give us a good review on Apple Podcasts, please. Would love to see some more feedback for our show and what you want to hear more of and stuff. So, all right, everybody, have a good rest of your night. Take care. Bye-bye.
All right, good night, everybody. Bye.